Your voice, your community station. You are listening to IPL Radio.
Welcome back. You are listening to The Yarn with Ashley, Caron, Lynn, and we have Wayne Glasson, musician extraordinaire, in the studio with us as well. Welcome, Wayne.
Yeah, welcome. Thank you. Yeah.
So, Caron, Lynn, over to you. And
thank you very much. I was piping up so much in your interview. I do apologise. Can't stop me. Okay, so Wayne, we've got you in the interview. Thank you. Into the studio. Thank you so much for coming down. I'll just give a little bit of a bio for the readers, so they've got a bit of an idea of who you are, and then we'll have a bit of a chat.
Cheers.
Yeah. So Wayne's a bass player plus an acoustic guitarist songwriter from the 80s to now. Yep. And he's been performing over 250 shows a year for the last 7 years, including the Soul Gliders shows, which if you want to find some of Wayne's songs on Spotify, you look up Soul Gliders as well. It is under Soul Gliders.
Yeah. And my name, Wayne Glasson, too.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll get you to explain a little bit how that all fits together. And you've been doing many acoustic solo gigs and open mics, both overseas and local. I didn't know that. And you've got 2 album launches that you've had, Connection in 2020 and In Our Hearts in 2022. And Sensational that we've just played was from In Our Hearts, which is both on Spotify. That's correct?
Yeah, all on Spotify.
And you've got a new album coming up, which is in 2023. That's very exciting. You can tell us more about that. And Wayne has been a musician for over 40 years. I'm not going to try and do the sums on how old you are. He's a seasoned professional. Anyone that knows Wayne in the open mic circuit or being in an audience of Wayne, he's a wonderful entertainer. Miles of memories and experiences have turned into songs. And it says, by you, the makers of love. So, do you want to tell us a little bit about the song Sensational?
Okay.
Well, and, tell us a story about...
That was probably written 5 years ago. Yeah. And it just kept singing in my head. So I'd wake up in the morning and I'm all night, and I'd just go, let it go.
Yeah.
And the next morning and a week later, and it just kept circling around in my mind. So this is stuff that I'm going to get down and put it down on my phone.
Yep.
And it evolved into what it is now.
Sensational.
Yeah.
It is absolutely sensational. I must say that since I've heard it, and other people that would love to play with you as well have heard it. It's got a real earworm. I don't know if that's the correct word to be using, but the hook is, I guess, it's just, it does. It gets in your head when you listen to it, and I can't lose it. I just want to listen to more of it.
Well, it kept coming back to me, and I'd wake up in the morning and it kept coming back, and I just kept dodging recording it, and
it was obviously something that you needed to do.
Yeah.
So how important is story in your music, and does it generally just come to you like that, sort of after having?
It's pretty like I write a lot of songs and I throw out a lot. So I'm very, very hard on myself. Yeah. So
why do you keep the ones you keep and throw out the ones you throw out?
Because if I lose interest in them, self-critic. Yeah. So, yeah. What was the other question you asked about the meaning of the song, was it?
Yeah, so story, and how important is story?
Oh, right.
When you write your music, yeah.
Well, I have written one on the new album that's specifically about the Navy Club in Fremantle. And the patrons and a gentleman that sits there and drinks every day, and lovely gentleman, So, and the patrons and the staff. So,
fantastic.
That one fell together. Generally, if I go and write a song where I say I want to sing about this topic, it doesn't work. But if it comes, I let it flow. Yeah.
I think that sounds really authentic. Me myself being a musician and a writer as well.
Yeah.
I think when that piece of whether it's a riff or whether it's the words or whatever, I think you feel just inspired, and it's that real push that you need to put something down. So for you, is when you're writing and in the process, and I'm skipping around in our questions that I've sent to you, I do apologise.
No, you're fine. Yeah.
Is it, have you got generally, do you tend to go with either the music first or the lyrics first, or is it a bit of both? How does it work?
That's a great
weird.
question.
Okay, so I've got heaps of music that I can't put lyrics to.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then it just happens when I just play a riff and a word comes out.
Yeah.
And I go, great. And then I've got to stay at it, stick with it, and record it on my phone. And there's been many times I've been late to catch up with friends and girlfriends and all that because I'm finishing a song.
Yeah.
If I get it down partially, that's enough, yeah. So
Do you wake up in the middle of the night and have the phone next to you as well, ready to record?
I've done that,
Yeah.
yeah. It's a madness.
It is.
But it's a harmless madness.
Yeah.
I've asked my children, look, are you embarrassed about your dad doing this? They go, no. When they were in England, they used to text me, have you got a new song, Dad? And I would, record it on my phone and send it to them. And they'll analyse it for me. They're both teachers. Yeah.
Awesome.
Excellent. And so what's been the best advice you have been given, like you've received in your journey?
Okay. I was told by a performer that used to perform, she was Australian, performed, I forget her name, she used to perform in France. And she said, don't try and sing American or English, try and sing Australian. So, because I am Australian. So, to me, that was cool. Yeah. And then be yourself, yeah.
So that authenticity and really being in connection with that.
Yeah. Because we're all from wherever around the world, but we're here in Australia. And Australia has that sort of, that sound, don't you reckon? No matter,
I can hear it in your music, like, and that's probably something that I was going to ask you is, who are some of your influences, but I can hear tones of Hoodoo Gurus there, a bit of Paul Kelly, because, we've only played Sensational for the listeners, and we're going to play Friend in just a moment. And hopefully, if we're lucky, you will strum a tune for us live in the studio. I think, are you good to do Connection today for us?
Yeah, for sure. I'll play it live, yeah.
Sweet. That'd be great. So, what was I saying?
They are some of my favourite bands, Paul Kelly, and I do love a bit of Paul Kelly and Midnight Oil and Hunters and Collectors. And I remember when the Hoodoo Gurus used to play around the traps around Perth.
Yeah.
Good dance music and
yeah.
So who would you say your greatest influences would be with your music?
Well, it's none of them that you've mentioned. I mean, look, Elvis, I don't sound anything like Elvis, then Kiss, then the Rolling Stones.
Awesome.
Wow.
I love the Stones,
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So, just Paul Kelly and the Hoodoo Gurus, that was far from my mind,
Yeah.
Really? Well,
and I have been told that. It's been a few now. Yeah.
I guess I just went down the Australian track because we were talking about Aussie and authenticity and being authentically Aussie. But, all of those musicians are absolutely incredible. Love the Stones.
Oh, the Stones. Their music just, who doesn't like the Stones? Yeah.
I was going to talk about a band later on, which I will mention, called Daisy Girl, and they had a real Stones feel to them. They're an up-and-coming band for definite, but we'll talk about them a bit later. I think I'm going to cross over to Friend by yourself and the Soul Gliders. How does that sound?
Look forward to hearing it.
Yeah, cool.
Sweet.
Your voice, your community station. You are listening to IPL Radio.
Welcome back. You're listening to The Yarn with Ashley, Caron, Lynn, and of course Wayne Glasson. So we were just listening to Friend by Wayne Glasson and the Soul Gliders. Did you want to say a little bit about that one, Wayne?
Yeah. Okay. I went to England 5 or 6 years ago to visit my daughters. They were teaching there, and I went to their classroom, and I was with my son, and we were introduced to the class of about 35 kids, year twos. And then my daughter says, my dad's going to play a song for you, or a couple of songs. So she grabs his guitar from the back there, and so I sat there and I went, okay, they're English, I'll do an Oasis song. So I think I did Wonderwall, and they all sat there. And then I thought, okay, well, I may as well do one of my own.
Yeah.
And I did Friend. And I was halfway through the second chorus, and they all started singing the chorus. Tell me what. And then they would tap to the guitar. And then they just, play it again, play it again.
Oh, how awesome.
And I had to play it about 3 times. And they just wouldn't. It was incredible. I mean, virtually the whole class was just singing the chorus. Yeah. So that was an inspiration for me to get that song done and recorded. So, and yeah, it was amazing. Yeah. My daughter says they were still singing it after a week. So
they do love the Aussies over in the UK. So
yeah.
You're just so welcomed over there as an Australian artist.
Well, we're so lucky here. We're wide open spaces, the weather, bigger homes, and yeah, it's incredible. We're so lucky here.
So I wanted to know, what is your process for dealing with performance anxiety? Like, you know, we promote mental health here, and I know I, for one, have big issues with performance anxiety. Once I'm up there, I'm fine, but just having that, you know, what do you do to? Do you suffer from it?
Okay, yes, I do. And I will say this, I'm drug-free, and I decided not to ever take any drugs for nerves or anything like that. And I get nervous for every performance. I'm nervous now. I'm shaking inside.
Well, we can't tell. You're doing a great job.
Yeah, but every time I perform, I get nervous. All kinds of things go through my head. Take off, hide, quit. Why do you do this to yourself? Seriously,
Yeah.
And then I just get up there and do it. And I always make mistakes. Everyone does. We're not perfect. And the minute you make a mistake, you just keep going forward. And you just try and enjoy the best you can. Yeah.
That's fabulous advice, Wayne.
Yeah, just because
for everybody out there.
Drugs don't relax you. I mean, they could numb you and all that, but you've got to deal with it, you know, and...
Yeah.
It's really fantastic that you made that decision.
Yeah.
And you made that very early in your career?
Yeah, the first band I was in, it was obviously some of the guys smoke marijuana, and I'm going to be honest, I did too when I was younger, but I chose to that's just not for me. And I was lucky. I was in a band where the singer was. We just decided no speed, none of that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
it's just pure adrenaline, and so I kept it from there, and then decided, hey, that's the way it's going to be. I mean,
that's real commitment in an industry which is so challenging to be in. I mean, you know, for so many people that make it or don't make it even on their way, it is a really, really good message that you've been able to commit to yourself. And I think it's honour to you and who you are as a person. I've only just recently met you at the open mics at South Street Ale House. Shout out to Richard and Caroline that run it, who we recently had on from That Girl. But you're definitely a true blue Aussie authentic person, and you have got great commitment, and you're a wonderful performer.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But it's a bit of alcohol may calm the nerves a bit, but can I just say one incident that happened to me in Bali performing?
Sure.
Absolutely.
We're a PG clean afternoon show, so as long as there's I don't need to edit it.
Yeah. Okay.
Because we are live.
I had an argument with my duo partner when we were there. I won't go into that. So I just went into a bar and I sat there and I played. And you'd hear after every song, yeah, one more. And I kept drinking and I got smashed. Right?
Yeah.
So all I did was I just handed a $100 note to the bar manager and says, can you get me to the Adi Dharma Cottages, which was only, 30 metres away. I can't go into the other stuff that happened, but that I don't advise. That's a lesson to be learnt. So I just got that drunk. I just virtually collapsed on my
I think a lot
chair.
of musicians sometimes when we do, if anyone out there does use any substances, it's funny because they think that they sound good, but it's never as good as what they think it sounds because it is altering.
Your nervous energy keeps you sharp.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's sort of like you're aware, you care about it, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, and I think that comes across in your performance live on stage. Speaking of which, I can play another song or we can get you mic'd up ready for connection. Shall we pop an ad on so that...
let's play a song and then we'll have something live, which is very exciting. Cool. Yeah. Just before we do go to a song, I think, there's so many tragic stories of musicians and artists alike that, do go down the track of using drugs to kind of supplement their art, I guess, or for the sake of art. And there's just so many tragic stories. Good on you for actually making that decision. And like Coron Lynn said, it would be quite a hard decision, I imagine, to stick with at times with the pressure within the industry.
Yeah, I've lost a few friends from right back when we were in our 20s. And, that's... God bless them.
Okay, and on that note, I don't have any more of your songs here on our gauge, so I'm going to pop on Cecilia Brandolini while you get warmed up. She's another amazing local artist that I was fortunate to see at the Fibonacci Centre on the closing night. And, this is called Am I an Adult Yet?
Your voice, your community station. You are listening to IPL Radio.
Welcome back. You're listening to The Yarn with Ashley, Coron Lynn and Wayne Glasson. And the Soul Gliders, he is with as well. So, Wayne, just tell us about this song that you're going to play next. So it's called Connection.
Yeah. This was written 5-6 years ago too. And I was playing at the Navy Club upstairs. And we used to do this amongst all the covers. I used to play with a piano player, Kate Sloss. And one day we were playing there and this guy was sitting there and he asked us, he goes, mate, there's a song you guys play, but I can't work it out what it is. And he's got, I've checked the net, Spotify, everything. And it came down to this song. So it was never recorded. So eventually that's another inspiration for me to go and get it recorded. Yeah. So
awesome. Look forward to hearing it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Take it away.
That look in your smile, I can see your mind running wild. War has begun behind those dark brown eyes. You never told me, no you won't, hidden so deep inside. You never showed me, no you won't, behind those dark brown eyes. Every time I think of you, I wonder if there is a connection. Every time I think of you, you're looking in the wrong direction. Every time I think of you, I wonder if there is had to empty out the rubbish bin. I had to close the lid and stop you from getting in. You never told me, no you won't, hidden so deep inside. You never showed me, no you won't, behind those deep blue eyes. Every time I think of you, I wonder if there is a connection. Every time I think of you, you're looking in the wrong direction. Every time I think of you, I wonder if there is a connection. Every time I think of you, I wonder if there is a connection. Every time I think of you, you're looking in the wrong direction. Every time I think of you, I wonder if there is a connection.
Awesome.
Cheers.
Thank you, Wayne.
Thank you.
That was awesome. There's something I've noticed about your songs, maybe a technical thing more, but you have like these gaps in your music, and it's almost like from a writing point of view and listening to it, I have to say that the pause is really just as powerful as the singing itself, and it seems to be something indistinct that you put in your music. You've got a style, and there's a simplicity to your music, yet it is so catchy. I don't know about you, Ashley, but I was bopping around there while you was singing.
Well, the simple things people catch on to.
Yeah.
I suppose I can go very, very technical, but then that goes over the top of people's heads. That's what I feel.
Yeah.
So for me, to play originals with covers, your originals have got to be catchy, for me anyway, to try and keep the audience going.
It's not easy to do that though. Like making something simple, it's actually, I think, harder to make something simple than it is to make something complicated and have it stripping back and having that pure essence. I mean, if you look at the Beatles and those sorts of things, a lot of their songs were very basic chord structures.
Yeah.
And I hope I'm not going too technical for our listeners. But but I mean, some of the best songs that we've got in history, absolutely. No doubt the Beatles aren't an Australian band, but there are many Australian bands that have got simple chord structures.
Yeah. And they come by mistake sometimes. Like Friend was a mistake when that came out. I thought, no, this is a bit too corny. And then it did that. And even with Connection. Yeah. Yeah.
I noticed the eye colour changed from brown to blue.
Oh, yeah, yeah. A lady called Asti that comes up and sings with me, which she's learnt all the words to Sensational, and I thought, wow, mate, I'm doing an original. You're welcome to come up and sing with me. And she said to me, she goes, well, it should be Blue Eyes. So I re-recorded this song, and I did. So the first is Brown Eyes and then Blue Eyes, yeah. There's many relationships.
Interesting. Okay. I was wanting to see whether it went to Green Eyes next.
Yeah. Well, I'm over my last relationship. That's cool, you know. Yeah, Green Eyes would be next. Yeah.
No, there's something wonderful about live music, and it was just so wonderful listening to that live.
Yeah.
And just a couple of the words I just really enjoyed and enjoyed the story. So
empty out the rubbish bin.
Yeah.
I have
just
the
such
staff
an ordinary.
Yeah, I have the staff at the Navy Club. I stop on that. Empty out the rubbish bin. That's awesome. Yeah. Oh, it's great.
So you haven't recorded that one, so you're going.
It is recorded. That one is recorded.
Perfect.
hadn't uploaded that one. Well, we wanted Wayne to sing I was trying to get Wayne to do something live for us, so
Awesome.
I just thought,
There's heaps on it.
So I'm curious, have you always lived in Perth?
Yeah.
Or, always lived in Perth. And so have you been a full-time musician all the time and managed to make a full-time support yourself full-time out of your music?
I did my 4-year apprenticeship in my teens as a painter and decorator. But I was always a musician, so I was always late for work too, because I'd be rehearsing until 3 o'clock in the morning and doing gigs. And I had a great time. And then when I finished my apprenticeship, I joined a band called The Clues, and we decided to write an album. Back then, in the 80s, we did this album. It took us 6 months. And I remember going to rehearsals one day, because we used to do it during the day, and there's two guys and a lady there, and they were from Festival Records. And the lady, her name was Cherie, she was the main go-to lady for all the record companies in the world. Wow. And she would say, this song's a hit, play it twice a day and all that. Anyway, she said we had X amount of hits on our album, but I won't disclose what happened there. We didn't go any further. I've got to watch out what I say on the radio.
Yeah.
But it's all good. It's all good. I'm glad.
I mean, that's part of industry though as well, because I know other artists have got some brilliant music actually, and unfortunately, I don't know, sometimes it's a part of timing as well in our journeys. Maybe it's Wayne's time now to start to...
it was the chemistry back in those days, and I'm glad it didn't happen, because I've raised 3 beautiful kids, so yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I could have been doing something else, I'm like, what, a rock star? I mean...
I think it happens at the right time, I believe.
Cool.
Yeah. So never too late, I always say.
These guys are awesome, by the way.
Oh, thank you, Wayne.
I feel really relaxed. Yeah.
Oh, I told you it'd just be a chat, just like we're sitting around.
Yeah.
Just give me a second. So, what would you say? And this is a question of yours. That you like to ask to your younger self. Do you want to rephrase that maybe?
So a question I love to ask artists that come in is, looking at, obviously you've had a long career, you've been in the industry a long time. What would you say to your younger self if you were able to give yourself words of advice from what you know now?
Well, I maintain to be nice to people, no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if someone's smiling and you're playing, I mean, that is just so beautiful. I hone into that as a positive. So being nice to people is basically the way I say it. And, just don't take it to heart, failure, because we learn from our mistakes. I mean, I've had so many failures. I mean, it's one of the questions here you got now, one of my worst performances. I just can't pick one because there's that many. I mean, just recently I lost my voice halfway through the last set.
The thing I think that we've got to remember is that without failure, you don't actually hit successes.
Yeah.
And if you look over history, all the people that have had amazing successes, they've all had challenges along the way and things that have failed for them. So, what would you say some of your highlights have been in your own personal career?
Well, that there with Festival Records at the time.
Yep.
When I was around 21. And that same year, I went on tour with Old 55. Do you remember Old 55?
I do.
I was looking for an echo. Yeah.
And a little bit before my time. I'm sorry, Wayne. I will look it up.
Yeah, but we toured Western Australia with them. We supported them.
Fantastic.
And then one day, a couple of members of the band came into our rooms and go, "We want the bass player." And I'm there nervous. And they says, "Come on, come with us." And I had to jam with them. And they says, "We need another hit." And I was just so nervous, I couldn't really function that well. But I had a jam with them. That awesome guys. Yeah, great. I've met Molly Meldrum. Yeah, so yeah, there's been many.
How did that come about?
I went to a songwriters convention in Perth.
Yep.
And he was sitting behind us, and I was with another musician friend of mine, and he said to me, "Molly Meldrum's behind you." And I looked. I says, "I'm going to ask for a photo." He goes, "Oh, no. So I said, "Excuse me, are you Molly?" "Sure I am." I said, "Can I have a photo with you?" He goes, "Yeah, why not?" So, yeah, it was great. Awesome. Yeah.
That's great.
I didn't push my music onto him.
No, I think there's an etiquette.
Yeah, there is, yeah.
And
yeah.
I think you have that fine line of being able to take opportunities and seize them and step forward, but you also are very respectful, Wayne, as a person.
So if people want to connect with you now and hear more of what you do, how do they connect with you? Are you on Instagram and the socials or?
Yeah, Soul Gliders have a page on Facebook and Spotify. I have something like 28 songs on there, I think, or 24 songs. Yeah, I've got 2 albums on there. And I'm going to be doing another album early next year. Or YouTube. I put my raw stuff up on there, the real raw, no thrills. Yeah.
On YouTube?
I believe in that.
Yeah. What's the name of your YouTube? Is it under Wayne Glasson? Or
Wayne Glasson.
It is under Wayne Glasson, not under Soul Gliders?
Yeah, Soul Gliders and Wayne Glasson.
So can you just for the listeners, just so that they understand the relationship of Wayne Glasson and Soul Gliders, the
relationship with Wayne Glasson?
Well, as in like, how does it work? Like, what is Soul Gliders and what is like
Soul Gliders? Yeah, the drummer in the Soul Gliders, Tom Davids. We've been mates since the 80s, so he's with us.
That's very
But
cool.
we have various guitarists. So we're going to be doing a show on the 21st of January 2023 at the Navy Club, and we'll have a guitarist from way back in the 80s that's going to be playing with us. Be the originals, and we'll do covers. So these are all welcome.
21st of what day
January.
Of January 2023.
That'll be a Saturday.
I'm just writing that down. And that was at the Navy Club.
Yeah, free entry, and the more people who come, the more merrier. And
you guys should be selling tickets.
No, not really. No. We have a policy. We don't sell tickets here. We perform, and we just, because the sheer love of music.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's really awesome that you're still connected to people from the 80s, and that you're going to reconnect and actually be playing together, and it's so exciting.
Yeah, with Lou Siragusa. He's a guitar luthier. He makes guitars. Amazing talent, yeah. So,
yeah. So, I just got a message that, no, we are still going, or we'll sort it out in a minute. Slight technical difficulty. That's okay.
Let's play a song.
Let's play a song. I'm going to. I was been trying to find. I know Wayne wanted "Reckless" by Ozzy Call, but I was just having a little bit of difficulty trying to find it. I have got a song called "Forbidden Fruit" by Queency. Now I know it's not you, Wayne, but Queency is another amazing Australian artist who was just asked to play on Telethon live.
Yeah.
And he's got a new song, Purple Diamonds, out. I haven't quite got that loaded onto the system yet, but Forbidden Fruit is a taste of Queency, and I think it's from the Reunion Seychelles Islands. So I'm hoping that if Queency's listening, we'll be able to get him in the studio one day soon.
Fantastic.
Let's put him on.
Your voice, your community station. You are listening to IPL Radio.
Welcome back. You're listening to The Yarn with Ashley, Caron Lynn and Wayne Glasson. And Wayne is going to give us a treat because he's going to play another song. So what are you going to play for us, Wayne?
Sail Away, Old Boy. Yeah.
Awesome. Let's have a listen.
Oh, oh, 64 High Street, Fremantle. Taking the slow lift, 3rd floor. Pictures of warships on the wall. See the sunrise, sunset. Sail away, old boy. Sail away with your girl. Sail away, old boy. Sail away with your girl. History told by Hobbsy. Kylie welcomes all aboard the boat. Oh, Gnomes and Ena there and toasties. Oh, Kate keeps a Navy Club afloat. Hidden on the corner of High Street. Well, I see your face there too. Maybe someday we'll meet and have a drink or two. Sail away, oh boy. Sail away with your girl. Sail away, oh boy. Sail away with your girl. Oh, oh.
Wonderful. I love the local references.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. High Street, Fremantle.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So
Wayne really is a storyteller.
yeah, awesome. And I love how you bring just the ordinary into it as well, like just going up the lift and, just it's the little things, right?
Yeah, I've been there for the last 5 years, so I just know the place so familiar and everything, and I just had to write a song about the Navy Club, and the patrons.
Fantastic.
And the
So
staff.
what's coming up next for you other than your gig in January?
Yeah.
So what other exciting things have you got happening coming up?
Well, I'll be playing at Rodney's in Mosman Park. Park, 16th of November. It's a Wednesday night.
Oh, excellent.
And the 25th of November, a National Hotel. I play solo before the band plays, And, just every Friday night I'm upstairs at the Navy Club from 10:30 onwards.
And can anyone go there, or is it just for
yeah.
patrons? No,
Yeah,
it's open to...
and I let people come up and have a sing with me,
Oh, do they?
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
you? Are you looking at me for any particular reason?
Oh, yeah, just, just a lot of people over the years have come up on the Friday night, and I'm the last act, so and I just let them come up and have a sing with me. There's a mic set up there.
Fantastic. You wouldn't want me singing, let me tell you.
Oh, I've heard you sing along in the car.
Yeah.
You've got a voice there.
Just as long as there's no nudity. We have had a problem there. We did have a guy take his clothes off. Yes,
really?
yeah.
Oh, my Lord.
I mean, look, he went to take his shirt off, and I just says, may as well take the lot off, mate, just for a joke, and he did.
Oh, no.
So, he's been told he can't do that again.
Yeah, dear.
Yeah, but...
Well, Wayne, sorry, it has been wonderful having you in the studio with us.
Yeah, cheers.
It's been a great yarn, and I've loved listening to your music, and I'll certainly be looking out for it on Spotify. So those of you listening, you can look up Wayne Glasson or the Soul Gliders,
Yeah.
and find the songs on Spotify and follow them.
Yeah.
Put them on your playlist.
YouTube, yeah.
Yeah, and the YouTube channel, the grungy one.
Well, we're not grunge, so,
Just
Awesome.
the raw and unedited one.
yeah.
Excellent.
Thank you. Yeah, cheers.
Thank you so much, Wayne, for popping in.
Karon, Lynn, you have been out and about this week. Did you want to just tell us a little bit about what you've been doing?
I've been fortunate enough to be on the door at Sona Room. Just perchance, I helped out cover a shift for someone, and then they asked me back, so I must be doing something right. And
so,
Friday
what is
night,
Sona Room?
Sona Room is a venue in Freo, just right next door to Little Creatures, if anyone's familiar.
Brilliant.
Yeah. And Josh Sweetman runs Sweetman Sounds, and he's got their Mojos, Clancy's, a handful of other things.
Brilliant.
And I did just recently mention to him that because one of the nights, on Friday night actually, Luke from Lloyd and the Leftovers was playing, and that was great. He was one of the lineup of the bands for the headband Daisy Girl, which is the one I was talking about before. They, even though I wasn't full on front, I was hidden around the corner, but I did get to step out and see them do their stuff, and the crowd was pumping that whole night. I think we had 100 over patrons come in that night, pre-sales and normal sales, and they just had something really electric. Like you could feel the vibe in the air of them playing, that this band was going to go somewhere. So I've connected with Daisy Girl, hoping to get them in the studio because quality of the music was great. There was also the Sleep Police that night. Luke from Lloyd and the Leftovers was on, and his band, and Darling Jones was on. And I just have to say a shout out to the people at Sona Room because, new experience for me, and the staff have just been absolutely wonderful, so friendly, and the patrons that actually go there are also really lovely people. So I'm just full of joy when I get to go down there. I feel like it's a real privilege to be able to let people in. I know it's a simple job, but that's where I'm at the moment, just getting a bit of simplicity.
Awesome.
So
awesome.
Yeah.
So I know you're on again next weekend on the Yarn.
Yeah,
So
I'm on with Sandy. We've got Fluent, I believe, coming into the studio, which is exciting. And following couple of weeks, we've got Sea Lamb and Bob Ree's interviews. So, and with the phone interview, and we've got Jazazza live in the studio. So, yeah, we've got some real great things happening. Aardvark, I believe, it was there last night, and that was a big closing thing for Freo because Aardvark's been around for a long time. That's downstairs at the Norfolk Hotel. So, should I transfer over to you and let you...
let's play another song. So
Okay.
Get to Call You Mine.
Okay, this is Ezra Eve, an amazing woman who has gone from being a solo artist to a duo to training gig school. And, I would love to get Ezra Eve in, so I'm going to have to put a call into Ezra Eve and see if she'll come and do some live work. She's pretty amazing. Has got so much knowledge, I'm sure, to share with us. So this is called Get to Call You Mine by Ezra Eve.
Your voice, your community station. You are listening to IPL Radio.
Welcome back. You are listening to The Yarn, and we have had a great yarn.
So much fun today.
It has been. So you're listening to Ashley, Karon Lynn, and we have had Wayne Glasson with us as well, and he is still sitting here in the studio with us. So Wayne
Can't leave.
he can't leave. He can't leave.
Might have to get him on as a volunteer presenter one day.
So just before we do go, I thought I'd just give a wrap of some of the things that are coming up in the arts. So there are some huge things happening around the place. One of the huge giants of Mandurah, Thomas Dambo, is due to launch on the 12th of November. So it's actually, he is doing massive sculptures outside in secret locations around Mandurah, and there's also one in the city of Subiaco. Now,
That's so exciting. I want to find out all these secret locations. How do we find out?
So I know people have already been finding them and they've been taking photographs, but they are sworn to secrecy because it is all about the adventure of discovery. So the idea behind the exhibition, and huge shout out to the city of Mandurah for making this happen, is it's basically a free outdoor exhibition designed for the young and also the young at heart to actually explore the natural environment. So the idea is that you go out and you find the sculptures, you find where they are, and in doing that, you actually immerse yourself in the environment, the pristine waterways, the lush bushland, the wetlands, and an abundance of wildlife, which you'll find around every corner. So Thomas Dambo's Giants will be in and around Mandurah, and they'll be there for the next 12 months. And you can actually prepare for this epic adventure by going to check out online giantsofmandurah.com.au, and you'll see what's planned. So definitely one to get involved with. And of course, earlier in the show, we had Monique Tippett, who is also the owner of Lost Eden Creative up in Dwellingup. It is one of my favourite art spaces.
I really want to go visit that place.
Monique and Peter just have done an immensely beautiful job transforming the space. It is such a gorgeous gallery. It is so welcoming. Their exhibition openings are always sensational. They have great food, great wine, and great company. So it's, and of course, all in the setting of Dwellingup, and it's just such a beautiful gallery to be involved with. So currently, as Monique said, there is a ceramics exhibition on called Under the Surface. That's on until the 20th of November. And then following that, there's going to be a printmaking exhibition. So definitely, if you haven't been up to Lost Eden Creative, it is absolutely beautiful. And of course, Monique's exhibition is on at Vas Felix Winery in beautiful Margaret River at the Holmes Court Gallery there. If you are down south, definitely call in and check it out. Monique's work is absolutely beautiful, and I am sure that you will not be disappointed and maybe even find yourself something for your art collection. So, yeah, I am also really looking forward to I like to follow a few galleries, and I do love Gallows Gallery. I had lovely Louise Farnay in here a few weeks ago who exhibited there earlier in the year, and there's a new exhibition coming up and opening this week on Thursday, the 3rd of November, Laurie Pensini, and it's called The Secret Garden. And they're essentially portraits. They're quite beautiful. They've got some really lovely flora and fauna as well. So Laurie is an awarded artist and 4-time finalist in the Leicester Prize, which of course is on at Agua at the moment as well. And I must definitely get along to see that one. And she's also the winner of the Tony Finney Award in 2019, and so much more. So that will definitely be an exhibition worth seeing. So that's just to name a few, Coron Lynn.
Just a few. That is, like, I always love coming in here and finding out all about what is around in our state, because there is so much. And Ashley, you just do an amazing job of connecting us with all of that. Thank you. I want to say thank you to you for that.
I think
Yeah.
it's been a great yarn today. We've had a fabulous time here in the studio. We hope you guys out there have enjoyed listening, and without you listening, we wouldn't have a show. So next week on The Yarn, be sure to listen in again to Sandy and Coron Lynn, and they will have musician Fluent in the studio. So let's take a listen. There will be also a secret guest artist to be revealed.
Okay.
So, yes, definitely join us next week, and we're going to go to Summertime Flow by Fluent.